Up next, how many of you enjoyed watching Jack Bauer? Jack Bauer took every lesson on how to do it from our next guest. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Bill Cowan. He's now a resident next door in Surrey County, highly decorated U.S. Marine Corps officer and commentator since 2002 on military, terrorism, national security matters for Fox News Channel. In the early 1980s, following terrorist events in Beirut, it was Bill Cowan that became one of the first members of the only Marine in the Pentagon's most classified counter-terrorist unit, the Intelligence Support Activity, participating in numerous special activities and operations in the Middle East, dealing directly with terrorists and terrorism. We just sang about God Bless the USA. This is a man that took it to heart and has repeatedly risked his life to fly that flag so you and I can be here today. I want you to think about that as he brings his words. After the events of 9/11, Bill was called back to government service in support of special programs and activities of national priority. In that capacity, he made numerous trips to Europe and the Middle East, including 13 trips to Iraq since U.S. forces left there in 2012. Besides over 4,000 appearances on Fox, he has appeared multiple times on 60 Minutes and has appeared on every major network to give analysis on matters of terrorism and to teach Brian Williams what truth is all about. He is co-author of the new book, and I want you to buy this. He's going to be on my show talking about it soon. The book is Snatching Hillary, a satirical novel about the kidnapping of Hillary Clinton shortly before the New Hampshire primary of 2016. He's currently working on another book about his experience in Covenant and clandestine operations. He brings a wealth of knowledge and experience and insight to our stage. So please welcome, if you would, Lieutenant Colonel. Say it with me. Bill Cowan! I'm in the fields of Vietnam, the mountains of Afghanistan, and I'm still hoping, waiting, praying I did not die in vain. Say a prayer for peace.
All right, what a privilege to be here today. I'm sorry you had to listen to all that about my background. I get embarrassed when I hear it. The only thing I will say is Snatching Hillary is about the only humorous thing I've done in my life. It is a funny book. What a privilege to be here today. A shout out to all my fellow Vietnam vets. I love every one of my brothers out there. I wish I knew every one of you personally. A shout out to all other veterans and their families. I realize the sacrifice. And God bless everybody who's here today. I'm a combat veteran, as many of you are, and you know, one thing about combat is you tend to know that it's going to end at some point. I remember a 4-day battle up along the DMZ as a Marine when I was a young lieutenant, and 4 days, you know, the first day you start fighting and you think, well, maybe this is going to end in a little while, and it doesn't, and then there's a little bit of a lull and you think, well, maybe that's the end, it's going to end now, and then it starts up again. 4 days, maybe the 4 longest days of my life. And the battle finally did end. We lost a lot of wonderful Marines and some exceptional corpsmen. A number of aircraft shot down that day, but that battle ended. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen and friends out here, the battle we are in right now is not going to end anytime soon. We are in the battle of our lives. And it's a battle that we all have to take to heart every day, every minute when we get up. Everything we do, because we are under attack. We're under attack not only from that fellow veteran here in this town, and I respect him for his service, but not for what he's done. We're under attack from the left. We're under attack from the mainstream media. We're under attack with groups like this veteran got to support him. $500,000, I understand, is what this town had to pay in legal fees because this one guy decided he didn't like God in his life. You know, most people don't know that where we are here in North Carolina, just to the east of us at Guilford Courthouse, actually one of the biggest battles of the Revolutionary War. And there are those who would say it was the defining battle. Because Cornwallis, although he won that battle, he was so badly beaten that he had to withdraw. And he made his way over to Yorktown, where he ended up being surrounded and surrendering. And people attribute this battle here, right here in this state, close to us, as the reason that the Revolutionary War ended the way it did. So we should all know about fighting. We ought to know a lot about fighting. We ought to know about getting up every day, not just having our coffee and going through our daily work activities. We have to be dealing with our members of Congress, with our elected representatives wherever. We have to be in the push. We have to be careful. If we're not careful, somebody, just like the guy we have now, is going to be in the White House in the next turn here. Unless we get out and get actively engaged each and every day. I got to say something about the town council here and the mayor. I tried to look over the case as much as I could. I don't hold anything against them. They all have a responsibility. To every citizen, 7,000 people I think in this town, they have a responsibility, a fiduciary responsibility to make sure they're spending the town's money wisely. And I do believe that there's a pretty good chance that they would not have won that case had it gone forward. So I respect the decision they had to make, but I'd like them to make another decision this week maybe. I'd like them to make a decision to sell a little 6x6 piece of land right up here in the park. And I want them to sell it to the VFW or the American Legion or one of the churches here in town. And I want whoever they sell it to put what statue they want up there. And I'd say another thing. I understand there was a raffle to decide when the Christian flag could fly on that flagpole. So there was a raffle 52 weeks out of the year. I saw somebody say 48 weeks out of the year the Christian flag was flown. That's a message, isn't it? That's a message about this town and how many people in this town are God-fearing, God-loving, country-loving Christians that want that flag flown. I'd also say that I'd like to have seen some law firms stand up and take care of this town pro bono, going after that outfit that got $500,000. Because that outfit that got that $500,000, when they're done here, they're going to go somewhere else. And then they're going to go somewhere else. And they're going to do everything they can to attack our country's relationship with God. And our country's relationship with God has no disrespect to any other religion. It's about us, our country, and our God. And those who want to respect some other God or pray to some other God, go for it. I have no problem with that. But don't tread on me. So again, I appreciate having the chance to come here and talk today. I hope we got a lot of speakers, but I hope when we're all done, hope everybody walks out of here empowered, thinking about what they can do. Think about things you haven't done before. Come up with new ideas, creative ideas, make something happen. And if you live in this town, talk to the town council, the city council, and the mayor and tell them, sell that piece of property. In fact, if you have to sell the flagpole that you want to fly the Christian flag on, sell that too. Return the power to the people. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Bill Cowan, let's hear it for him. And our buddy Velvet over there too. Thank you for being here, Velvet. Taking care of Bill for us as well. You're a great crowd. Do you know that? Are you enjoying the program? I know a lot of you are standing up. We're going to keep it moving real quick for you.